Have you ever thought about why people make stupid decisions? There's a famous saying, you can't fix stupid. When stupid people are confident over something, many of you would notice that it's almost impossible to change their minds. In 2016, a very exclusive diet method becomes a huge hit. It's the famous mono-food diet. For those of you who don't know what mono-food diet is yet, it is a diet method which you only eat one type of food. For example, you can choose potatoes, tomatoes, bananas, or whatever you would like to eat, and you eat only that specific food whenever you feel hungry until you don't feel hungry anymore. Just by hearing it, it sounds ridiculous. But how did this diet become such a trend? Because it works and the method is super simple. For many people, the biggest desire of their lives is losing weight, and this method can make you lose tremendous amount of weight in a short period of time. And this fact drives people crazy and make them jump into trying this diet without a single thought that they might be risking their lives. In 2016, a book called Presto, How I Made Over 100 Pounds Disappear and Other Magical Tales gets published. And the author is the famous magician Penne, Jillette, who used to weigh over 300 pounds and now weighs, I guess, 200 pounds because he made 100 pounds disappear. In this book, Penne introduces a diet method that changes his life, and he calls this diet a mono diet. During the mono diet, he chooses to eat potatoes as his one food for a very reasonable reason for a magician. Because potatoes sound funny. Well, I think banana sounds funnier, but Penne chooses potatoes over banana. Anyways, Penne eats only potatoes for 2 weeks whenever he felt hungry until he doesn't feel hungry anymore. And that's around 5 potatoes a day for a guy who weighs like a bear. He barely ate any food in that 2 weeks. No wonder why this diet is so effective in terms of losing weight. It's like saying eat as little as you can for 14 days and you will lose a lot of weight. Or it could be something like fasting for 14 days will make you lose significant amount of weight. And by doing mono diet for the course of 2 weeks, 14 days, Penne lost about 14 pounds. The bigger problem is many people think he lost 100 pounds in just 14 days because they only read the title of the books, SNS posts, or fake news articles. In March 2021, Nature, which is the world's most renowned science journal, publishes a research paper saying, confidence drives a neural confirmation bias. In this paper, it says high confidence leads to post-decision accumulation becoming blind to disconfirmatory evidence. What this means is if you are confident over something, you don't read any information that disproves or disagrees what you are so confident of. And this is called confirmation bias. You only search for information that confirms, proves, or verify your thought. For people without any insights or thoughts, they may become so confident that mono diet is the diet that will save their lives. Well, you can do mono diet for a short period of time to do a mental reset, I would say, but certainly not for a long period. And there are tons of information from doctors, nutritionists, and professionals saying how dangerous this method could be. Also, Penne didn't write this book to make a mono diet movement. He is just trying to tell people what he did. He emphasizes that this book is about him, not about the readers. Therefore, it is not a how-to guide.
I don't write about you. If you take medical advice from a Las Vegas magician, you are an idiot who deserves to die.
He even says in one of his interviews, if you take medical advice from a Las Vegas magician, you are an idiot who deserves to die. Also, Penne only did mono diet for 2 weeks. The rest of weight loss came from eating plant-based meals with exercise in later stages of his diet. But many people who follow mono diet are blind to this information and keep doing the diet without knowing that they might be risking their lives. A clear confirmation bias is present. In the paper words, in most real-world decisions, additional motivational and social influences are presumably also in play of creating confirmation bias. For example, Instagram, Facebook, fake news, YouTube can create confirmation bias. So the paper suggests an advantage of starting with an investigation on confirmation biases within lower level tasks is that the potential for such interactions can be minimized. So the bottom line, doubt everything on the internet, even the time and date.